Today, the Reserve Bank of Australia decided to cut the key interest rate. That's why market participants suppose that the US Fed will make the same decision during the meeting that will be held on March 18th. At the same time, the ECB has not given hints about the key rate cut. The eurozone inflation data is showing the necessity of the additional stimulus measures. According to preliminary estimates, the consumer price growth slowed down to 1.2%, whereas economists had expected the same pace of 1.4% on a yearly basis. At the same time, the euro is rather stable. It showed an insignificant drop that occurred 30 minutes after the publication of the inflation data. It's possible that investors cannot foresee how the recent figures can influence the ECB's monetary policy. In fact, the regulator will hardly make a decision on the basis of the preliminary figures. That's why the next meeting results are rather predictable. From the technical point of view, the euro-dollar pair kept its upward movement and turned back to the level of 1.1180. In fact, it's a vertical movement and the pair is overbought. The 1.1180-1.1230 area can be considered as a resistance area. Moreover, the euro-dollar pair can start falling to 1.1080, 1.1000. At the beginning of the day, the British pound managed to rise amid strong data on the UK construction PMI. The indicator advanced to 52.6 points from 58.4. Economists had expected a smaller rise to 48.6. In fact, the construction PMI figures somehow reflected yesterday's report on the UK mortgage approvals. Thus, the pound sterling got a reason to stop its long-term depreciation. The pound-dollar pair is still trading along the control level of 1.2770. The fluctuating range is over 80 pips. This dynamic proves our previous predictions concerning the prevailing downward movement. Otherwise, the pair would have already pulled back. Under the current condition, the pound-dollar pair will hardly break through the 1.2770 level. The pair can continue moving downwards amid particular macroeconomic data. Otherwise, it can go on fluctuating within the mentioned levels. Sell positions can be opened below these levels. There will not be any other macroeconomic reports today. At the beginning of the year's session, the euro can start losing ground. The market is likely to consolidate if investors wait for the results of the Democratic primary. That's all for now. We keep monitoring the financial market situation. Subscribe to our channel and keep abreast of the latest news. See you soon.